All right, this is chapter 4, lesson 4, health hazards. Foodborne illnesses are caused by the presence of foreign objects, chemicals, or harmful microorganisms in food that are health hazards. Physical hazards. The presence of a foreign object in food that can cause an injury or an illness is called a physical hazard. The common cause of a physical hazard is accidental and or due to improper food handling practices by food workers. Food workers must be trained to handle food safely so as not to contaminate foods. Food workers should not wear jewelry, or any other personal effects that may accidentally fall into food items. Common examples include tiny pebbles that are found among rice grains or in dried peas and beans. Fragments of broken glass found in ice because of scooping ice with a glass scoop instead of plastic or metal one. Short, unfrilled toothpicks used to hold a sandwich together. False fingernails from a food worker's hand. None of them stick-on nails. Strands of hair. Jewelry accidentally dropped into food. Oh, hiding rings, huh? Items such as rubber bands, staples, and plastic bandages. Any food item that contains a physical hazard must be discarded. Okay. Next. Chemical hazards. Chemical hazards may be introduced into a food item accidentally or deliberately, or may occur naturally in the food itself. A chemical can be introduced into a food accidentally by the careless use of insecticides, storing cleaning agents and other chemicals next to open foods, and storing acidic foods in metal containers. Wow, because these foods absorb what's in the environment, so it absorbs the poison you put next to it. Contamination can be avoided by using an experienced, licensed exterminator to apply insecticides and rodenticides, storing, cleaning, and other chemicals, including personal medication, away from foods, preferably in a locked cabinet. Hey, you getting high off of eating. Storing acidic foods in containers made of food-grade plastic. Yeah, because metal ions get in the food. Clearly labeling all chemicals and following instructions for their use. Chemicals may be used in food items to enhance its taste or appearance, which may cause consumers to become ill. Common examples include sulfites used to maintain the color and freshness of cut fruits and vegetables. Monosodium glutamate, MSG, used to enhance food flavor. Excessive use of sulfites and MSG can result in a serious allergic reaction in sensitive individuals. Adding sulfites to food in a food service establishment is prohibited. Certain foods may contain sulfites when they are produced in a licensed food processing plant, but none may be added when preparing food in a food service establishment. Use of MSG is acceptable when used in moderation and disclosed on the menu. You gotta let them know. And to use sulfites, only the manufacturer can put it in, not the restaurant or establishment. That is the company that made it. Chemicals found naturally in certain foods may cause foodborne illnesses. Mushrooms, mushrooms can be either poisonous or non-poisonous. It is difficult to distinguish one type from the other. To be sure, mushrooms are not poisonous. They must be purchased from a reliable commercial source. Okay, next. Health hazards again. Toxins in certain fish can also be a serious problem. Some fish contain natural toxins and others accumulate toxins from their food or habitat. Others develop toxins during storage. Some varieties of the pufferfish produce a deadly poison, tetrodotoxin. Eating these fish when they are not properly prepared can result in death. Highly skilled chefs are able to remove the poisonous parts, leaving only the edible parts of the fish. Dang, if you some pufferfish to kill you. Accumulation of mercury, pentachlorophenol, PCP, and other harmful chemicals can occur in fish and other seafood if these chemicals have contaminated their habitat. Certain predatory fish, such as barracuda, feed on smaller fish that feed on algae, which during certain seasons and in certain waters may be toxic. This toxicity accumulates in the smaller fish and then in the larger fish that eat them. The poison ciguatoxin, which is not destroyed by cooking. Repeat, ciguatoxin, which is not destroyed by cooking, is found in certain fish and causes the foodborne illness ciguatera. All right. Scombroid poisoning is another foodborne illness caused by eating marine fish from the Scombroidae family. For example, tuna and mackerel, and a few non-Scombroidae relatives, such as bluefish, dolphin, and amberjacks. These fish have high levels of histidine in their flesh, which, as the fish decompose, is converted into histamine that can trigger an allergic reaction that mimics a heart attack. Wow, you can give somebody a heart attack like symptoms with this stuff. Cooking does not destroy histamine. All fish must be gutted and refrigerated soon after being caught.